Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Mets Nets Just D podcast. We're back for week 9. You guys can follow me at DarianEvansRains.blogspot.com. Between the Evans and Rains is a hyphen. And on Twitter at MetsNetsJets908. Week 9 already has been crazy. Just tons and tons of news. This is why you're supposed to wait before you make lineups. There's already been a huge injury. Deshaun Watson tore his ACL. That changed the whole slate. Once he was out, because he was like my main quarterback. You just can't fade him. He's unstoppable. And once he tore his ACL, I'm already canceling out the Indy Houston game. And then all the trades that happened with Kelvin Benjamin going to the Bills, that changes the outlook of Carolina a lot. And now I like Carolina a lot. So let's go into the games I want to focus on for week 9, and you guys should be great if you just focus on these 4 games out of the 10-game slate. So the first game I would like to focus on is the Atlanta Falcons Carolina Panthers game. Let's see. I think currently the Vegas odds is on the total of this game being at, let's see, 42 and a half. So they think the game would go score around 42 and a half points, maybe a little bit over, maybe a little bit under, depending on where you want to bet over or under. I think this game passes 42 and a half. And my reasons why I really love Cam in this game, without Kelvin Benjamin, Cam seems to do better with less. Just like in his 2015 season, when they made it to the Super Bowl, they did more with less. Kelvin Benjamin was out that year, and they really exploited play action and throwing deep to Ted Ginn, who's like everyone has a piece of Ted Ginn. Ted Ginn's been everywhere. He's not an elite wide receiver, but somehow with that speed, he was able to utilize Ted Ginn and make him a top 10 fantasy wide receiver that year. So with Cam's legs and his arm, I really think he can exploit this Falcons defense, who's the 28th ranked pass defense in the league. So I would start with Cam. Don't disregard that questionable tag. And I really like McCaffrey, of course, because without Benjamin, the only 2 targets that he's going to really be utilizing is McCaffrey and Funches. But I think Funches is going to be chalk, and I would like to use Curtis Samuel, who I think is going to have a breakout game this week, and he's dirt cheap for 3,100. So he's that speed guy like Ted Ginn that can take the top off the defense, and I really think they're going to utilize him this week. And if you want to bring it back, because there has to be correlation in your lineups. I really like Julio Jones, who's been a killer of the Panthers for the last ever since he got drafted. Last year, he had his 300-yard game. Um, Years previous, he's had 100-yard games and a touchdown. It's repeated. Who they can't stop Julio Jones. Bradbury is a decent corner, but he can't guard Julio Jones. So this game stack, you can either do Cam and McCaffrey and bring it back with Julio, or you can do a Matt Ryan and Julio and bring it back with McCaffrey or Samuel, either or. All right. So that's one game who I think is going to be high scoring, and you should focus your plays on. These are just 4 plays that I like. The next game I would like to focus on is going to be the dome game. I was on Drew Brees last week, but Mark Ingram took all the touchdowns, unfortunately. So I'm going back to the well, going back to Drew Brees, an even better matchup against a worse defense, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I like either side of this as well. Both of these, this should be another high scoring game. Vegas has this at, let's see, where you at? New Orleans Saints 52. That's huge. That's huge. You want all, and then DFS, you want all that action. You want any player in that type of game that's going to be back and forth. All right. So I really like Drew Brees, and then of course I'm pairing with, like I paired him with last week, Michael Thomas. He had a decent game, but he didn't have his breakout game. He's yet to have actually a huge game this season. He doesn't have a 100-yard game this year, so it's about time. Michael Thomas should be a definite. Um, Brent Grimes is out. He should be seeing a lot of Vernon Hargreaves. Let's see what it says over here in Fantasy Labs. Wait, Saints, New Orleans. I'm tripping. Um, Let it load. Oh, okay, it's gonna be on. Says it's gonna be on Smith, but Vernon Hargreaves should be on him some as well because Michael Thomas plays in the slot as well. They move him around a lot. To bring this back with Drew Brees and Michael Thomas, you can also throw in Mark Ingram. He's a little bit expensive, but I think this is a shootout. I might want to play Alvin Kamara to get some of the receptions. As you can see, 10 receptions, 3 receptions, 5, 3. He's been putting solid numbers every week, 25, 12, 15, 16. To get that on, you need that consistency in your lineup. You don't want no one to get you under 10 points and just kill your lineup. All right. But to bring that back, who I like on the opposite side for Tampa Bay, if you want to go cheaper, you can choose Winston, who's $1,200 cheaper than Breeze. But I really like Mike Evans. He's expensive, but if you want to use a cheaper option, Deshaun Jackson should be a great play. He's been very consistent this season, more than his other seasons, where he just goes for like here's 5 points and here's 30, and then here's 5 again, and then here's 20. He's been more of a resourceful pass catcher for Jameis Winston. He's getting 9, 6, 8, 8 targets a game. That's what you need to see. That's what you like to see for opportunities to score. All right. So this is another game I like, the Tampa Bay New Orleans game. That should be very high scoring. It already has a total of 52. In these 5 plays, you should use in your lineups, and you can still fit in another stud if you would like to. If you choose a defense and tight end. But the next game I want to focus on. Let me clear this out. This 4 game. So number 3 will be the Washington Seattle game. Yeah, yet again, I was right about Russell Wilson last week. Is that he didn't throw it to Baldwin. It was all Lockett and Paul Richardson. But Russell Wilson got you, was it 40? 39. 39 DK points. It's crazy. That was a crazy shootout, and it should be another one in Seattle because Seattle can't run the ball. They can't. That's why they're just chucking it around all the time. I think Russell Wilson connects back with his number 1 wide receiver this week and Doug Baldwin, who's going to be in the slot, and this is going to be avoiding Josh Norman coverage. Week 7, 12 targets. Week 8, 10 targets. That huge game is coming, and I believe it's this week. He's going to get a touchdown, and he should, let me see if he has a 100-yard game yet this year. He has 1. He should get another one this week. Okay? And to bring that back, Washington, they have a lot of injuries this week. There's no Jordan Reed. Jordan Crowder is already out, and all they pretty much benched Terrell Pryor, who's a super, super dart throw. I don't know if you want to choose him, but they're really like Ryan Grant, who's an option, but who I think is going to be the main safety valve for Kirk Cousins this week is going to be Vernon Davis with Jordan Reed out. And the reason why I really like Vernon Davis is because consistency, as always, even with Jordan Reed starting when he was. But Earl Thomas is out. So that was the main defender for tight ends going up the seam. So Vernon Davis should be a great safety valve for Kirk Cousins this week. So I really like Russell Wilson with Baldwin, and you can bring that back with Vernon Davis or Ryan Grant, who's cheap. And then the last game, which I really like a lot, I really like this Dallas KC game. Ezekiel Elliott is back. So I was really on Des Bryant, but now I'm just a little bit off because Ezekiel Elliott, they're gonna just feed this man because he's about to go away probably next week with a 6 game suspension. They just keep prolonging it. But I guess Ezekiel Elliott thinks he's innocent. So you can't you can't fade this man. This it doesn't matter. He's going to get at least 30. And he has another great matchup against the Kansas City Chiefs defense, who's very weak. Look at this, 29th against the pass and 28th against rushing. So pick your poison. If you want to do a Ezekiel Elliott, let's see, Ezekiel Elliott, Dak Prescott, and Des Bryant stack. It's a little pricey, but you can do it. And then bring that back. Who I really love this week is Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill. Bring that back with Tyreek Hill. I think this is a great stack to really get all the points in this game. And if you could fit in Kareem Hunt, we're getting a little. Nah, you really can't do that. You gotta just have to make a decision on that. Leave Kareem Hunt out. Um, I really like this stack right here. You can do Dak Prescott with Dez, and then bring it back with Hill. Or if you want to do a little cheaper, it's $200 cheaper. That's not even cheaper. Alex Smith, who should be throwing the ball a little bit more than Dak because Dak can lean on Ezekiel Elliott. Um, and he could control the game with the running game. But I really like this whole core right here: Alex Smith or Dak Prescott. Use Des Bryant. Definitely Tyreek Hill. You gotta have, and Ezekiel Elliott is going to be a beast this week before he goes away for his 6 games. So those are 4 games I really like to focus on, and those are going to be, I think, the highest scoring games and bring you the most fantasy production. Separate plays that I think are going to be great this week. Running back, I really love Adrian Peterson. 32nd ranked run defense, the San Francisco 49ers. More great news is that Drew Stanton is the quarterback. So they already came out with a report that they're going to feed this man, Adrian Peterson. They're going to feed him right there. They're going to feed the beast. He's going to get 20 carries like he did in week 6 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And he had 28.4. This is going to be a repeat performance. And he's even cheaper than that price he was in week 6. This man is going to go off, get him in all your lineups. They have no other option. Stan is a game manager, and Bruce Arians is just going to hand the ball over to Adrian Peterson because he's just an insurance policy. It really doesn't matter because they have David Johnson next year. They can really use up Adrian Peterson until the wheels crack. All right. At wide receiver, a deep dart throw who I really like this week is Mike Wallace against Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Titans, they're still the top 10 worst pass defense in the league. They didn't get better. I really think Flacco can. He's been sucking all year long. I really think he bounces back in this game right before the bye, just to give people that reminder that Flacco is still Flacco. He still has that potential to throw 300 yards. He has a huge arm, and he should connect with Mike Wallace this week. And then at tight end, let's see, who do I like? Jack Doyle, I love. Vernon Davis, I like. If Delaney Walker is out, I really like Jonnu Smith, who's cheap at 3,400. Um, he's already been utilized by Mariota with Delaney Walker healthy. He has a couple games with a touchdown in it, which is solid for that price. I like him. Ed Dixon could be an option, and then I like AJ Derby at this price. I don't really. We got to see. You got to see how Brock Osweiler connects with Derby because this was more Trevor Simeon to AJ Derby. So my last pick, I want to choose Ben Watson. So I kind of like Flacco. I ain't gonna lie. Just to pick on the Tennessee Titans defense who can't stop the pass, and I think Flacco bounces back before the bye. So those are my picks this week. Focus on those 4 games I said: the Carolina Falcon game, the Saints Buccaneers game, the KC Dallas game, and the Washington Seattle game. Um, Hopefully we get to the money this week. Remember, follow me on Twitter at MetsNetsJets908 and my blog at DarianEvans-Reigns.blogspot.com. I'm gonna try to put up a post tonight. If not, I'll put it up on Twitter. Good luck, everyone. Please subscribe to the channel, MetsNetsJetsD, and I'll see you guys next week. Thank you.